Alright, welcome to another episode of Soda Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended. I hope the sound's okay. Let me get to the teleporter. There are several things I wanted to do. I really need a better Carno saddle. That's what I need. And without a better Carno saddle, I mean, I could do something like the like the Brood Mother. I got her stats up right here. I have all these artifacts. I have more RG saddles, more RG claws than I can think of. I don't know if I have a lot of Sarco saddles, Sarco skins, but I think I got plenty of Titan Boa. But I have to go back in there and check these if I'm going to try to do the beta. Now the beta is a great challenge compared to this other thing. I don't know if a 96 point saddle will allow me to beat them on the beta, especially for just consolidated animals. I mean, these animals are okay. They got 404 starting level, which is okay, but I'm not sure if that's going to work, we'll have to see. But I want to get to the teleporter, and I want to go and just double check some of the requirements that I just showed you, because I think these requirements are from Ark Survival Evolved, not Ark Survival Ascended. Okay, so I think there's a teleporter close to the green obby there. My guess is right. Let's see. There it is. Oh, wow. Ooh, somebody got some Magalania. Cool. Yeah, I only got a male. I need a female. That's right. When I do the caves, I got to keep my eyes open for a female, and they'll give you a toxic bite. They'll kill you. So you have to be careful. So you would bring your 20 or so dinos over here, and yourself. Oh, look, somebody down there. Oh wow, that's 1,038, dude. Somebody been breeding. Oh, it's a little bulb dog. Too bad I can't contact him. So anyway, I'm trying to do the Brood Mother. See, the Gamma is just the artifacts. This one is 555. Yeah, so it looks like the requirements are the same. This one's 10. Okay. So I was correct. Alright, so it is the same. Alright, so let's go back here. So that's the same as this, so this is good. So I'm going to save it. And then you can do Carnos, right? Carnos, yes, yes. I want to know what the rewards are. See, that's for Evolve, but it looks like it's the same requirements. I want Element. I'm doing it for Element, for crying out loud. I'm not doing it for anything else. Gamma gives you 20, Beta gives you 56. Alpha is 148. We're far from alpha. I guess I can try to use the 96-point saddles and do a beta, but I'd rather do one gamma first and see if I can get that 20 element and see if my boys will stand up to it. So I think that's where we are on that. All right. So let me go ahead and get back over here. And I was gonna, I forgot where I launched from. Where did I launch from? Probably over here. Keeps telling me I'm cold, but I'm not really cold. I'm not cold at all. Alright. I think this is where I launched from. I was thinking of putting something up here. I don't blame them. It's a nice spot. See? Yeah, I think I was teleporting from here. Alright, so another thing I needed, since I have the Carnos breeding, is I need to find another pig. I need to find another pig. So some of the pigs, they're all up in here. Guess we can try to go there. Alright, so put our winter clothes on. There we are. And there's an alpha carno right there. What I'd love to do is do the alpha brood mother like a shitload of times and get a bunch of element from that. But my carnos aren't even mutated or nothing. They're consolidated, so the most I could do is a beta. So anyway, I'm looking for I think a male high-level pig. If I'm lucky. Because there's a strategy where you use a Uteranus to heal your boys while they're fighting. And there's, I mean, not to heal, to boost their attack while they're fighting. And then there's the other one where you heal them with a pig while they're fighting, which is okay. I mean, that's one way to do it. So far, I haven't gotten an attack or health mutation on the Carnos, which is not a good sign. I got weight mutation on a male, and the females were also weight mutations. I got rid of the females because they're just not necessary. Looking for some pigs. Need a high-level pig. As long as I breed too high level and get the imprint, that's good enough. Doesn't have to be like super duper bred or anything. Just has to work. So wolves, bunch of carnos. I was going to play some videos, but I decided to give that a break. That's a wolf. The good thing about Ark Survival Ascended, I mean Evolved, is that there was this mod where you can go ahead and... Oh, here's a pig. Oh, that's an 88. Damn it. It's a mod where you can get on this device and you can locate a specific level of dino. You can tell it what you're looking for, and it'll find it for you on the map. And that's how I got those animals tracked down where I was getting a bunch of gigas. Yeah, I hadn't talked to Caddyfish in a long time. Didn't look like he was going to be. What's this? Oh. Ooh, that's a 24. Oh, that's a level 88 pig. Okay, that's okay. I'm 152. Oh. 152, huh? Oh, that's piranha. Oh, it's a Carnosaurus. I thought it was the other one. Never mind. Oh. It won't let me do it. Shit. I need to see if I got the UD lungs. There we go. I did get the UD lungs. I didn't know it was a Carnosaurus. Are you dying? It looks like it's taking damage. You know what? I'll cryo you and... Oh, shit. Ah, fudge. Oh, it's not letting me do anything to him. You know what? I'm just gonna... do this. Yeah, I need a good, strong male pig. It should kill it for me. I gotta be careful because there's a lot of those. I forgot what they call. They jump out of the dirt and they try to get you. Usually around this beach somewhere you'll find pigs, and not just wolves. Who built that little place there? And why? Unless that's just somebody's starter home. Much easier over there. It would give you the coordinates of what you were looking for. Apparently I'm not getting that here. Hard to find a good pig. That's when I saw that pig, I knew I had to get it. Because it takes the work to find a good one. We came all the way home, so I guess no luck. Could try different areas, but could go over there, see if I can find another Rex or something. If I want. Aha. I hate this thing. That's right. Hate you guys. That's that bird that steals your shit. They always fucking get me on the beach. I mean, I learned how to kill them over the years, but yeah, it's still annoying. It's gonna go back here for a second. I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright. I gotta go to the bathroom, so what I'm gonna do is I'll play a video for you.
Alright, listen up everybody. I have a very important message I need to tell you all, and I need you all to fully understand this. There are idiots everywhere. There are dumb fucks. There are clueless people. There are NPCs. There are just so many unintelligent people in this world, and you need to just stop taking everybody seriously, and you just need to remind yourself that a majority of people are not intelligent and they can't think for themselves. And then also there's a bunch of people who say a bunch of dumb shit that doesn't make any sense at all. Let me tell you guys this, man. I'll give you a good example. Recently, I heard this young kid talking to her mom, and then she was telling her mom, "Do you like all animals?" And then her mom said, "Yeah." Her mom said, "Yes, I do." And then she said, "Even insects?" And then her mom said, "Insects aren't animals." I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch, bro? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, guys. People will say the dumbest shit and people will just go along with it. Don't even be worried about your environment being, something you're not worthy of. Don't worry about not being worthy of the people around you. Trust me, bro, a lot of people in this world are dumber than you think they are, and you're giving them more credit than they deserve. Most people are just regular people, dude. And the average regular person in society is just irrelevant for the most part. I mean, you can't just be one of these NPCs and these mindless drones who just can't think for themselves and who just is just being brainwashed by people around them, whether it's their family or their friends, or they're getting peer pressured by them, or whatever it is, man. Like too much negative bullshit is going on in society, and I'm just glad that I have it better than most people, and I'm able to speak on this for them, because most people don't have the platform to speak on stuff. So I'm gonna be the fucking person to tell you that there are dumb people and clueless retards everywhere in this world. Hopefully you're not one of them, but there's a chance you might be. There's a high chance you still might be. But yeah, man, a lot of people in this world are just not people that you should be paying attention to or worrying about them. I mean, in general, you shouldn't give a fuck about anybody's opinions or beliefs, because none of that matters, bro. You just do whatever you want in life. It doesn't matter what anyone says or how anybody behaves, bro. Who gives a fuck, man? You need to just worry about yourself and being a good person, and realizing that if you see stupid and mentally ill people around you, you just remember not to be like them. Just be your own person. Don't fucking believe this facade that people have going on in their lives, where they pretend to be better than they are, and they pretend to be smarter than they are, they pretend to be richer than they are, they pretend to fuck more bitches than they do, they pretend to get more money than they do, bro. Whatever it is, man. Like, don't trust any of these people, man. Everybody around you, just always assume the least of people, and just expect nothing from people, and you will not be disappointed, and you will be much more content and satisfied with the way life is and with the way humanity is. And when I say with the way life and humanity is, I mean that life and humanity are trash. So don't worry about anybody's opinions or beliefs, or what they tell you to do, or how they tell you to think or talk, or whatever it is, man. Like, unless you're just being dumb and you're just being a fucking lunatic and you're talking really loudly, or you're just being a fucking attention-seeking, mentally ill retard. You can't be like that in society, or you will suffer the consequences of getting dealt with. And by that, I mean, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna steal your bitch, and I'm gonna fuck her guts out, and then I'm gonna give her back to you, and she's gonna be like, oh no, your dick doesn't satisfy anymore. This handsome, sexy man right here took care of me in a way you never could. That's what's gonna happen. So remember, stupid people are everywhere. There's low IQ people everywhere. There's also many no IQ people out there. There's just many people around you who don't know anything. You don't need to relate. Don't even try to relate to them or try to get them to understand your life. With most people in life, even if they're smart or intelligent, remember that you do not have to open yourselves up to them or say anything you don't want to say, bro. Who gives a fuck, man? You do whatever you want. Don't be baited into thinking that you're dumb when you're not, by all these fucking NPCs and these mindless drones and all these humans that are just clones of each other. Don't be fooled by these people into thinking that you're unworthy of love and care, and don't worry about any of that shit, bro. Fuck these people. Don't worry about them. Their grave is going to be the best place they're going to be in anyway. Who gives a fuck, bro? Just remember to eat ass and suck cock all day. Remember to hit that blunt, and then go fuck a black bitch, and then after that you fuck a Latino man, and then after that you jump on top of a Brazilian woman's titties, and then after that you just fucking get naked, and then you hug a Nigerian man while he's naked too. You just do whatever you want, bro. Who gives a fuck about all this shit, man? I mean, at the end of the day, we all need our balls licked and our cock sucked and our pussies fingered, or whatever it is you want to do in life. We all deserve all this shit, and we can't be fooled by the propaganda and the brainwashing that these idiots around us are trying to do. Don't focus on any of the brainwashing in society. Don't focus on anything that's happening in the mainstream media. Don't watch the news. Don't watch TV or the TV shows that are existing nowadays in this unoriginal society. Don't worry about any of this bullshit, bro. Remember, nothing around you is original. Nothing you see is unique or special for the most part. Remember that. Don't let anything get to you. You remember that you're better than your environment, and you're a very special person, and you deserve to be in a better world, and you deserve to have a better form of humanity around you. You deserve to have the best around you. You deserve love, care, and attention and respect. Don't worry about all these fucking dumbass idiots around you. Don't worry about all these clueless, brainless, mindless, penisless, fucking whale farts. These fucking cabin boys. These fucking duck-billed orangutans. Whatever it is you're thinking of, man. This is what we all need to do in life. Don't worry about all these dumbasses around you giving you stupid motivation advice or money advice or school advice. Fuck all this bullshit, bro. The only thing you need to know in life is how to put your fingers like this and then go, ah. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck this stupid world we're living in. I'm gonna fuck this pussy up. I'm gonna fuck this bitch up. I'm tired of this stupid world breeding inbred idiots who don't know anything. I wish humanity was smarter and more peaceful and more loving, but sadly humanity is violent, cruel, and just very quick to backstab you and betray you and just be stupid and just mentally cuckoo.
That guy's crazy.
Idiots are all around you. Don't worry about them. Fuck them. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own life.
Shit, I forgot.
Don't worry about anyone or anything around you. It's not worth it.
Forgot to at least get all this stuff cooked. Realest being, man. Can it get more real than that, motherfucker? That's what I want to know. Oh, category 5.
This will go.
Oh, I saw this.
People cannot afford to live.
That's J.J. Buckner. He's a new one. People can't afford to live.
And while we talk about it, I'm going to sip on probably one of my favorite beers, Tank 7 Shout Out Boulevard. Let's get into it. Cheers.
I just got my new lease agreement because my lease ends next month and freaking out a little bit. Every single year, my rent has gone up by $100. I live by myself. I pay the entirety of the rent on my own. My new rent starting next month is $1,200. $1,200. For one, I don't know how I've even been paying $1,100 for the past month. I don't know how I've been doing it, but I've been doing it. Barely. To divulge some extra information that I probably should not divulge, I get paid every week. And for 2 weeks, I can't touch my paycheck, not even $1, because those 2 paychecks have to go to rent. I essentially don't have any money for 3 weeks most of the time during the month. And that just repeats month after month after month. So I'm not sure about what we're gonna do going forward. Luckily it's my birthday next week, and I am going to get a chunk of change that I will be holding on to for dear life. But this is like a big reason why I wanted to be a part of the Creator Fund, because I cannot afford the cost of living, and I need to get my dog a behaviorist, which I also cannot afford. I need to pay off my credit cards, which I cannot afford to do. They have been closed for 3 years. I have been paying them off for 3 years. And I did try looking into like getting a part-time job, but I simply do not have time on top of my full-time job and having a dog that, I need to be home for. So if y'all know any way to make extra money that isn't, OF or something of that sort, it isn't something that I need to leave the house for because I have my dog, let me fucking know. Let me fucking know. I'm poorer today than I was yesterday, and I'm just gonna keep getting more and more poor, so.
Feet finders. No, but seriously, guys, like this is the new normal. Yep. This is the new normal. Now, before we get into all this, if you're still here, I want to say, stay tuned for the last clip. And the reason I say that is because we hear this, we watch all these clips, but stay tuned for that last clip. Because if it ever gets to that, what I'm going to show you, yikes, we're in some big trouble. First and foremost, as a fellow dog owner, pets are freaking expensive. Most people probably shouldn't have a pet. And I know it sucks to say that, but it's too expensive right now to own a dog. When we lived in Florida, it cost, I think, $100 to cut my dog's hair. $100. Oh, he needed some teeth dental work. They quoted us like $2,500 for dental work. $2,500. I looked at the vet, I was like, are you guys out of your mind? They wanted to tack on blood work and all this other bull crap that he didn't. I'm just like, no. So we're looking at some stuff here, but dogs are expensive. I mean, I love my dog to death, but I don't know if I'll ever own another one. But times are freaking tough right now. And I don't know if I see it getting any better. Are we moving to the next depression? Is that where we're headed? Is that what's going to take us to really have a major reset in this country? I hope not. I don't want to live through it. I also think there's a major wealth gap has been forming for a few years now. I mean, it's been forming for many years, but it's exponentially becoming a larger gap between the wealthy and the poor. Because you look at how expensive everything is and how hard it is to afford general life, rent, groceries, hell, even electrical companies are raising prices on everybody, insurance, which is a freaking scam, prices. All my neighbors I'm talking to, their insurance rates are sky high. They're jumping. I talked to somebody the other day. They said their insurance rates doubled or something like that. I don't get it. But when will it stop? Like when is it really going to stop? What's going to take that reset? When are we going to go back to the 2013, 14, 15 days? When life was just like normal. Oh my god. Oh, I almost spilled that. To normal.
Anybody else just sick of this shit? Just sick of it. Sick and tired of this shit. Cause same. Realizing that I can't afford to live. Bro. I work full-time hours and I can't afford insurance because if I opted for insurance for me and my dependents, guess what? I would work full-time just to make sure I have insurance. I wouldn't even be getting paid. I would owe them money. So I wouldn't be getting money to pay my bills. My rent just skyrocketed and I can't afford it, so I have less than 30 days to move, and everybody else is asking for 2 to 3 times rent. 2 to 3 times, I can't even speak. Who the fuck makes that? Yet, have y'all seen what's going on with our government? They can't even pay their own bills. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. Are y'all paying attention? Like, we can't afford to live.
300%.
Or die, because then you gotta pay for that shit too.
Nice.
It's just like, I know I'm not alone. Neither are you. But who said this was the dream? Because this is a fucking nightmare.
Oh, the American dream. How wonderful it is to live in a country where no one can afford anything. Oh, man. Insurance, you know what? That is one of probably the most popular things I hear about when I'm watching these videos, or even when the videos that I bring onto the channel. There's tons of videos that I don't bring on to the channel to watch and react to. But I will say, so many people bring up insurance. That has got to be one of the most crooked bullshit items in American history that is just, you look at it, like, okay, so for example, I have some friends of mine that are very wealthy and they choose to opt out of health insurance. Now, they're relatively healthy individuals, and they have saved a massive amount of money. Now, fair warning, I wouldn't recommend doing this, because if something catastrophic happened, well then, you're not sitting very pretty, let's just say that. Most people need insurance though, and you have to pay for it. And if you don't have it, you're kind of screwed. Oh, but I need to go to the doctor and get something done, and I ask to be, oh, what's self-pay if I want to do this? Oh, sorry, we can't give you a price on that. We don't know what it's going to cost until we run it through billing. I'm like, what? Yo, that whole system, there's so much wrong with this country. So much. From insurance to taxes to our government spending money like it's nothing. I mean, we are $30-something trillion in debt as a country. Think about that for a second. Our country can't even manage its own debt. Insurance rates spiking through the roof. Groceries spiking through the roof. Rent prices, home prices spiking through the roof. Yet, inflation's coming down. Feds are going to cut rates. We're going to have a soft landing. At least that's what they say. Well, here's what I think may happen. If the Feds cut rates, everything gets a little cheaper. People start spending a little more. What do you think is going to happen with inflation? It's going to go right back up. Right back up. And then we're right back in this predicament. Feds have to raise rates again. Everything gets more expensive. And we're just on that same cycle. But for how long? And why are we here? Why are we here? We're here because our government decided, on both sides, Republican and Democrats, decided to stimulate the economy through business PPP loans, through stimulus checks, billions and billions and billions of dollars, trillions of dollars wasted.
Hey y'all, so I'm just coming on here to talk to y'all about some stuff. So, you know, I've been trying my best as an adult at 26, about to be 27, to get my life together. But at this point, I'm feeling like giving up at this point. Like, I don't feel like there's any hope. Like, I know a lot of us are out here trying to work and trying to do stuff, do it the right way. But I feel like the lives that our parents had are out of reach for us. Like, I don't even feel like I can be able to get a home, nothing. And then let alone a good paying job. Like, you know, the other job that I had was a temp job. So I'm trying to find more full-time work. But here, all these jobs going to pay $17, $16, $15, $14 an hour. And that's just not enough for somebody to live. So I'm just feeling bad. I'm feeling down. I don't really care anymore to try, because it's like, what the fuck is the point if you can't find something that's be able to take care of yourself? I should be able to take care of myself at 26. Like, I work hard. I'm not a lazy person. Like, I try my hardest to do what I need to do, but it's not fucking good enough. And that's just how I feel. Like, I'm sick of this world and how unjust, like, it's not equal. You see all the rich people on Instagram, stuff like that. They flex, they do all of that stuff. That is out of reach for regular 9-to-5 workers like me and my sister. Like, we work so hard just to have nothing, and that's why I'm tired. Like, I'm grateful the fact that I have a roof over my head, but eventually I don't want to have to, you know, struggle. I just want to be able to be okay. And it's like, damn, bitch, like, how long is this gonna keep going on? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really tired of it. It's wearing down on my mental health. Like, I don't want to fucking try no more. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do for the rest of our lives? Like, it's frustrating at this point. Like, and then, you know, you try to ask for help. Like, say, for example, like my mother, I don't know what I would do without my mom. If it wasn't for my mom, I would not be here today. But my father, on the other hand, when I try to reach out to him for help and stuff like that, he literally ignores me and talks about like how bad his life is and stuff like that. But he had help from his damn parents. So it's like so confusing to me. Like, if you weren't ready to have children, you shouldn't have children. You shouldn't even had us if you didn't want to take care of us. And that's just how I feel. So that's a whole nother story for another day. But I'm just frustrated. Like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I don't have another year, another 4 years in me to keep trying and then for it not to work out the way that I want it to work out. Like, I'm annoyed as fuck. Like, tell me if y'all feel the same way. I mean, I know that I'm just on here ranting about my life. I know all our lives are bad, but it's frustrating. It really is. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Social media sucks, guys. Like, I mean, like, it's my job, but it sucks. How do I say this? Social media is my job, but the side of social media I'm talking about, because there's a lot of good that comes from social media, I will say that, but what he's talking about, and shout out to my boy here, I feel you, dude, I do. Like, I've said this in so many videos, the Gen Zers and the younger millennials have it rough. And, you know, the Gen Xers and Boomers of you guys that watch and comment below when I say that, it's the freaking truth. I mean, like, you guys say, like, just they need to stop complaining. Bull honky. No way. Like, shit is expensive right now. I could not imagine being a new hire straight out of college or straight out of high school trying to make it and kill it right now on like a typical job. It's almost impossible. Now, I know younger kids, and I say kids, you know, I know guys that are doing well, and they are going the, you know, extra mile, and they're making it in these times, but they're a different specimen. They are. I mean, they're just a different specimen. They're not the typical go to your 9-to-5, work a job, pay your bills, and that's it. And the sad part is that's almost unthinkable right now. Being able to go to your 9-to-5, have your 9-to-5, pay your bills, live a decent lifestyle, live out the American dream, like, that can't happen right now. It can't. Like, you have to be a different specimen to be able to get ahead right now, is almost what it's like. Because I can sit here and say, like, yes, I know guys, like, I know a 17-year-old kid that here locally, shout out to him. I won't say his name in case he doesn't want me to say it, but, like, I know he's killing it, but it's because he's a different specimen. People are going to have to pull back in spending. You hear everywhere, the consumer's doing fine, the consumer's spending money, the consumer... We mentioned it in that other video. It's that guy had a great point, buying all the little treats. The consumer's still buying the little treats, but what happens when the consumer stops buying the little treats? Recession. Cheaper prices. So if everybody would just stop spending money, we may see a little bit of a change. But I think rough times are ahead. I do. I think rougher times are ahead over the next couple years. I think we're gonna be flat for a little bit. Maybe 2024, 2025 we're gonna be flat. But if we pull back on rate, we may see things even more expensive in a few years. God help us.
There's one video of mine that needs to do well. It's this one. This is the first month I won't be able to afford rent. I'm not a rich person. I don't have a lot of stuff. I have basic household necessities, a couch, a bed, washer, a dryer. That's about it. A car. I don't have a lot of lavish things. I don't go on vacations, and I don't spend a lot. Rent's increased from $1,300 to $1,800. The food prices are
Holy
too high.
shit,
I've cut back
$500
on
increase?
eating because I literally cannot afford food. I've cut back on my favorite snacks, cat food, treats. I'm exhausted all the time from being overworked and underpaid. You don't catch a break when you grow up poor. I don't need much to be happy. I just want to be able to live comfortable. I just really need to catch a break right now. I'm trying so hard and I feel like I'm not doing enough. I don't have family. I don't have anything to fall back on.
Alright, I want to share some insights here. Homegirl looks like she lives in a pretty nice apartment. I think she could probably downgrade in the apartment she's living in. Now, I don't know her backstory. I don't know if she has, roommates or whatever. I'm just going based off one video of TikTok, so please, guys, bear with me. Very nice apartment. I mean, just from the look of it, that is a very, very nice apartment. If I was her, I'm going to put me in her shoes. I would downgrade my living situation as much as I could. If I could go live with parents, which I think she said she doesn't have family by, but first, if I could go live with parents, and if my parents were okay with it, and I was on the younger side. Now, if I'm in like my 30s or like upper 20s, I'm not living with parents. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it happen. But if I'm like younger, mid 20s, I may live with my parents for a little bit. Stock away some extra cash. Don't spend a freaking dollar. Don't spend a dollar. Like, I mean, not going to get Taco Bell. You pay for your gas to go to and from work, and maybe help out your parents with groceries. Like, that's it. That's all I'm paying for. I'm saving every other single dollar I have. And the best way you can do that is by starting a budget. And if you guys are looking for a budget template, I have one down below in the description. It's a budget template. It has a net worth tracker. It has a debt payoff tracker. The whole 9 yards. There's a calendar for when your bills can be placed in. If you guys want to check that out, link down in the description. I'll have a pinned comment as well where you guys can purchase that from Etsy. There's also a product link down below under this video. It's $25. It's a great organizational and motivating tool to help you get ahead. If you can do that and stockpile that money, let's say you can't even live with your parents. Let's say that's not an option. I would downgrade to the shittiest living situation I could find that's still relatively safe from myself if I'm single, living alone. I would buy the cheapest place I could find, and that's where I would live. I would stockpile money, I would save as much money as I can, and then I would go buy a home. I would go buy a home, keeping cash in reserves, but when I say go buy a home, I mean I'd go purchase a home to where I could have people come live with me.
You got to have
roommates.
money to do that.
Or I buy a one-bedroom duplex. So one side is one bedroom, the other side.
That's good advice if you have the money to do that. You have to pay money down, which is going to be anywhere from maybe $2,000 to $4,000 probably, depending on where you live. Could be much more in other places. Could be 6 to 8 in other places. And I'm out of Texas, still pretty cheap here, thankfully. And they wanted $2,000 down, and then they want closing costs, which is usually going to be another $2,000. But my house was just like, I think it was $60,000, somewhere around there, which is the very low end. It was basically an old shack nobody wanted. And the thing is, if I had the $2,000, I probably would have gone for it and said, fuck it. Why not? It would have been my first home. But I got fucked. Mom wouldn't help me. All she had to do was help me with that $2,000. I would have been good. But no, nothing, guys. Because it became a seller's market just like that. Just before I was trying to get it done, seller's market. So, that's a good idea. What you could do if you want a duplex or something is you can go in half and half with somebody. But God help you, anything happens to that other person. Something happens, they medically become ill, they can't work, they can't produce an income. They're going to be living right next to you and not paying anything. And it's going to go on your credit. So you're going to be forced to pay if you want to keep the roof over your head. You see? Just like this guy, I moved him in here. I thought, he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. He's a good guy. No, but he couldn't keep a job. He got sick 2 months severely sick. Like right now, I'm severely sick, but I'll fucking work. I'll log in. This guy was sick, but he couldn't even log in to at-home work. He couldn't even log into the computer he had right there and work. And that's why I was like, holy shit, this guy's really, really fucked. And I had to get him out of here because I couldn't carry him. And the thing is, shit happens. Like right now, I got heart palpitations. I got pain in my left-hand side. I'm probably going to have to go into the hospital sometime this coming week. And I don't really have the hours to take off work. So I'm going to be losing money. And then they're going to charge me for x-rays and shit I can't afford to pay for. I just can't afford it. Yeah, I'm having heart issues. My diabetes was bad, but at least I can just not eat and try to ride it out and drink lots of water and take my pills, of course. But with this heart thing, it's like heart palpitations, like all of a sudden it just starts running for nothing, like it's desperately trying to pump blood, like I'm going to die if it doesn't pump blood or some shit. And everything's fine. I'm like chill in the chair, relaxing. You get somebody sick in there in a contract over a duplex or whatever, that's what I'm saying. That's for people who already have like $10,000 saved up. If you can get 2 or 3 friends together, 4 friends together, and get like a little mini apartment complex that nobody wants, and you all go in at the same time, then that increases your chances of doing it. See? They've turned this nation into a rent nation. It's not an ownership nation anymore. Now everybody's paying rent. And there's even South Park episode, I think, I was going to see it earlier, a South Park episode that makes fun of how everything's going to be rent. You're going to rent everything and own nothing. It's silly, but
the other unit is 1 bedroom. I rent that unit out. I buy my unit. And you can do this by only putting 3.5% down. So if you go purchase a $200,000 house, that's $7,000 you have to save up to purchase that. And then tack on, a few extra dollars here or there for an emergency fund. Let's call it 10 grand. 10 grand, you get into that house. You get into that investment. And let's say it's either multiple units or like a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom house that you can split rooms and have people rent from you. That's what I would be doing right now. But you gotta kind of eat shit for a little bit until you can get to that point. And I think a lot of people are, I get it. It's like times are tough. But I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't think we're at that point where people truly understand how bad it can get. Like we're still living off 2020, 2021 times. Like the nice apartments. We're still going out to eat. We're still buying all the foods and fast food. But when we really break it down and only spend the money that we absolutely need to spend to get by, that's it. And people are like, well, we shouldn't have to do that. Well, guys, that's the time we're in right now. Like, I get it. I agree. I don't think we should have to do that, but that is the time we're in.
Yeah.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. May have to make some life changes.
You know what life changes I've made? I used to go out to eat maybe twice a week. Just for fun. Sometimes 3 times a week. In the last few years, everything's changed. Prices have gone up. I was going to get a $5 chicken, rotisserie chicken, and I forgot to put it in the cart, so I said, fuck it, I'll just go buy something somewhere else because I was starving. Because I've been reducing, I was moving around doing stuff, and I was trying to not eat because of my diabetes. So I started getting lightheaded, and I said, I better grab something now. So I pulled over into a QT, which is a convenience store. I got 2 cheap little tacos and a bottle of water. It was $9. I really regret not getting that $5 chicken. Because all I had to do was, the chicken's ready to eat. You just eat it right there. I could have fed my cats, too. My cats love to eat the chicken. But you see what I'm saying? Everything's changed. I find myself liking the things my grandmother likes, like potted meat and Vienna sausages and crackers, small stuff that will fill you up for a good amount of time, and it doesn't have a lot of calories to it. There's not a lot in there, and it's mostly processed stuff. You're supposed to want like more natural stuff. But my lifestyle's changed. I haven't done laundry in months simply because I want to, just do it as much as possible at one time. Of course, right now I'm not physically very well. I have to really conserve my energy. I'm on Tylenol because the pain in my left-hand side, it's very sharp. It comes and it goes, and it's very, very sharp. Like somebody took needles into my veins. And I'm having heart issues. They told me I had sleep apnea. I think it was sleep apnea. Where you have to use a CPAP machine, and it just sucks on your face to make sure your airways are open. I don't think I've been getting enough oxygen most of my life. And I think that's what's happened. I may have heart disease or something. Or I just could have a minor stroke because of all the pressure I've been under. I have to handle all this by myself, just like that girl. But you see, I have an extra room. I had that guy in there, and he can't pay. I need somebody who can pay. And a lot of people, they can't pay. And they're not going to live with me in here, in this area, with all this roaches. I had them exterminate in here. And you know what? The roaches are still there, dude. Who wants to pay $700 a month for an apartment a room for rent, even with AC and cable and all bills paid, if there's a bunch of fucking roaches there, So that's what I'm saying. It's gotten kind of nasty. It's gotten pretty fucking nasty. The problems I had when Bernie was here, I almost wish I had them, because that would be easier to deal with than some of the problems I'm having now. But anyway, yeah, my lifestyle's totally changed. Vienna sausages. I just bought a bunch of Vienna sausages, that potted meat, those little things of potted meat. They used to call them deviled meat. And the deviled meat was a little bit better because it was like deviled ham, and it was spicy. I even got a thing of Spam, but it's not the name brand Spam, because name brand Spam is expensive. I got the knockoff, the local knockoff, great value, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, between diabetes and heart problems, guys, I don't have family except my sister, and she can't even maintain herself. I don't know how she spends her money. I don't know if she even budgets. I don't know if she eats out all the time. Because eating out all the time, as good as that is, it burns right through your money nowadays. It's gone. That $9, I could have had $4 left over, fed my cats and myself with that chicken. But I was in a hurry, and I didn't want to walk all the way back to get the chicken. So I said, fuck it, let me load up and take off. It's something as simple as that. Dumb little things like that. I'm mostly eating bread and, the potted meat, you use bread with that. Vienna sausages, you can have crackers, things like that. I just spent $100, and what I got was like cut green beans in a can, because you can eat green beans right out of a can. Cans used to be the original meal ready to eat, the original MRE, and it was okay, to do that. That's what the old military services used to eat. You can ask them, say, what did you used to eat? What was your MRE? And they're going to say it was cans. Yeah. Cans, and there's this bread called tack. I think it's called tack, and it's a hard bread, and then you soak it in water to soften it to make it edible. You can't just eat it that way. You have to soak it in water. So, yeah. I'm telling you, man, it's rough. It's rough, and it's getting rougher. But yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, if you're not buying food like a college student that doesn't have any money, then you're screwing yourself. You're going to need to do that now so you can try to save a little bit of money. I only spent about $100 with the cans that I got, and I got some other things that I needed. I got 1 gallon of milk because I use milk in my coffee. I love milk in my coffee. And oops, wrong direction. And that's it, you know. Oh shit, it's a red drop. Let me see what's over there. He's right. I mean, you guys gotta live drastically under your means. Now, what I wanted to do is, I was thinking maybe I should get somebody in here who can live over there and, you know, in the back room, and just maybe a college student or somebody that has access to some funds. I don't know. I mean, how do you run a credit check? I don't have the ability to run a credit check on you. You know what I'm saying? That's why my friend, who I worked with and I thought was totally cool, turned out to be a bad investment. I mean, he was really sick, and what he needed somebody to take care of him. And I can't do that. I can barely handle myself. I got nobody to back me up. You know, he's gone, you know. I unfriended him from Facebook because he was like trying to get me to take a cat, because he knows I love cats. And he was trying to get me to take a cat. That his daughter had. And I'm like, really? I'm still looking for good raptors. Yeah, it's just it's really rough. You have to humble yourself, or you're not going to survive. You have no real choice. Anyway, we'll let this guy finish.
Changes right now, because if we don't make those changes,
lifestyle changes, yeah.
This next video, the last clip I told you about, imagine if we were at this point. Imagine if things got this bad.
And everybody was starving, you know, the Depression. In fact, they had a soup line over on the courthouse square where they were cooking soup in big pots, and you'd line up to get something to eat. You know, people were that hungry.
Yeah, that's rough,
They
man.
wouldn't let you eat any of those cattle.
That's happening
they
right
had
now.
to be disposed of.
Do you remember the Great Depression?
Very much so.
What do you remember the most about it?
Nothing to eat.
So what did you mostly eat?
Fried potatoes.
Why fried potatoes?
3 times a day. That's all we had. See, back through the Midwest, during the Depression, we had a drought for 3 years. No rain. No rain, nothing would grow. But a potato will. Potato will grow in an empty bucket. But potatoes, I remember, were small, but we still had those to eat, and that's the only thing we eat for almost a year.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Eating fried taters 3 times a day? Because that's
Yeah,
all you
brother.
could grow. I don't want to get there,
And
guys.
that's the worst thing for a
I don't.
diabetic.
And I
like
hope
me.
we find a situation to where we
Fucking
don't end up
carbs.
there. That'd be tough. That'd be bad. And
That
I
would
think
suck,
a lot
man.
of people still have
That
time
would be really bad.
to make some
Really,
major
really
life
bad.
changes
As it is, I don't even like
financially
eating bread or tortillas.
in order to set themselves up
As
to
it
be
is, I
able
don't
to
like
get
eating.
out of the situation they're in. I get it. Times are tough. Things are expensive. But I've said it already, and I'll say it again. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. That's all I got. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. He's right. You got to reduce your intake. You got to change how your lifestyle changes, what you use. I tried to find a cheaper insurance. I couldn't find one. So what I did is I bundled renter's insurance into my insurance to get it for $8 a month. And I also reduced my phone. My phone used to be $60 a month for unlimited call, texting, and internet. I literally had no limit on my internet through the phone. But then I don't use the phone on my job anymore. I just use it for myself. So I reduced it to $30, which I get 5 gig, which I don't really use much at all. But that's what I get. And you know, that's good enough. I save $30 a month. And I couldn't think of anything else to do because the guaranteed student loan is going to keep coming. They're going to keep charging on the guaranteed student loan. What in the world? Okay. Oh, this thing, it teleported me to the wrong area. Oh, they fixed it. Oh, this teleporter's working now. Cool. I chose the wrong one. I went backwards. I was trying to go forwards here. All right. Yeah. So whatever you guys got to do to make a side hustle, extra cash, anything like that, you just do it. All right, guys, it's been an hour and 13 minutes. I'm going to stop the video here, and I'll start a new one. All right, thanks for watching. It's a good video that guy had. I think I'm going to subscribe to him. Matter of fact, what was his name? J.J. Buckner. We're going to subscribe to him. People can't afford to live. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. All right, let me stop this here, and I'll start it up again.